It's still good, man. The music still does it for me. I like it.
Yep.
Okay, so big announcement to anybody who's been a long time watcher of our podcast. That's a joke. Big announcement though, we are renaming it to the Art of AI Podcast, an entrepreneur's guide to automation and artificial intelligence. Holy hot damn! That is a good name for a podcast. What do you think, Chad?
I love it.
I can hear myself a little bit in your dealio there. You got to turn the. I'm going to turn my light up a little bit. There we go. This didn't look that dark in pre-testing, but there we go. Now we're in business. As you can see, it's Casual Friday. Uh, Chad decided that there can be only one, and I decided that there could be two green hoodies today. So
Yeah, my go Ducks. So, you know.
this is a Black History Month hoodie from Target. So go Target. Um, all right. So today we are talking about robot pugs using artificial intelligence in content creation. And I think I may have messed up because right before we started doing this live recording, I showed Chad a website that I found that I think he's just like he's totally distracted now. So if you look at his eyes, he's probably looking at this website that I showed. It's futuretools.io, where this is a collection of all these AI tools and things like that. But today, Chad is going to be showing us content creation, creating images for your content using AI tools. Take it away, Chad.
Yeah, well, when it comes to AI content creation, I mean, there's tons of different types, right? You've got video creation is in its infancy, right? Like most of the video products that I've seen out there, barely usable. My idea of AI and using AI for creation of videos is I just give you a I give you I give you a list, I give you a script, and then you go out and find images and kind of and videos that fit the script, and it's good enough, right? Because we work from an agile framework. We always work from minimally viable and then improve, right? Minimally viable means that I'd love for the AI just to make the decision, and then I go make some tweaks and then launch, right? And then we'll see how it goes, and then we'll improve the video and improve the content as we go. So that's really in its infancy. Um, the Everybody knows Chat GPT. It wasn't the first. OpenAI has been around for a long time, but you have Jasper, you have formerly Jarvis, you have just a ton of tools out there that allow you to write, and does a lot of the writing, quote unquote, research. I mean, the biggest drawbacks people are having is that the information that it's drawing from is either antiquated or it's inaccurate, things like that. But right now, I think the AI tools are there to not take. Again, we're back to the three our understanding versus empathy and all that kind of stuff, right? So they're not at the point where you can pull yourself out of the process, but they are definitely at the point where it can make your life a whole lot easier and a lot less time consuming, right? For example, images. One of my biggest my biggest struggles is my background's in art, right? I had 20 years managing IT, but I graduated from college with an art degree in 97. So basically back in those days, there was artists and
You graduated college in '97.
yes.
Damn.
This grade comes from somewhere, man. Like this isn't an affect, it's actually there. I got my Mr. Fantastic right here, or the side, Mr. Fantastic has
Okay.
a white
Okay.
stripe. Yeah. So it's hard earned. That's hard earned gray. But yeah, so we're still at the point where AI is going to be an augment to what you're doing. And I brought up a couple. Let me see if I can share this. So, Okay. So I'm going to start with, let me share this screen here. So this one I came with, this is an image I created, with robot pugs, right? I just put in the word robot pug and this is what I got, right?
Right.
Now this is, how is this going to help you with marketing content creation? The idea is I can have a concept that I want to look for and save myself hours of time going through stock photo sites, going through stock, potentially eventually video sites to try and
Mhm.
find that one video that illustrates the point I'm trying to make at this point in, say, the video, or that I'm making in the blog, because there's a lot of wasted time and you're like, okay, this is good enough, right? So where I see the AI going, especially AI image creation, is I can just have the idea of what I think would be cool, unicorn flying over, the target, a target sign. And then boom, there you go. Now there's your image, right? But the quality is different. Now this is one from Jasper, and I just said robot pug happy anime
Mhm.
highly detailed, right? And it's okay. I'm not sure how this is a pug.
You said
This
that one's
kind
from
of
Jasper.
this is from Jasper. Yeah,
That's
that's right.
better than the results I get out of Jasper. I asked Jasper for some stuff and it was just completely, and I was
It,
detailed what I was asking for and it didn't do well.
yeah, it's. I mean, I have another one. Let me see if I can get that one. I have another one that I used from Jasper. This one. This one wasn't nearly as successful. Um, right. And, okay, I guess it's pug-ish. This looks more like a tattoo on someone. Like,
Yeah, that looks like
you know,
that does the top left is a tattoo.
right. Like,
Yeah.
so, not exactly the best or the most, it didn't work for me. Right.
Right.
It's a little too creepy. This bottom left one's a bit creepy. This one just looks like somebody took a pug head and stuck it on some other robot, kind of body-ish. So it didn't really work for me. Now, here's the thing. Jasper's original launch, when it started, was all about text, right? They've just recently
Yeah.
added images and such, right? So now here's this next one came from a product that goes on your iPhone. It's called Wonder. And let me get that up here. Now let's look at the difference. That's your robot pug, right? So it's not just what I found with Jasper is it just kind of creates the image and doesn't really give you an environment. It doesn't give you, whereas now this product is only images. They
That
don't
looks like
do anything
a
but
pug
images.
Iron Man suit.
Right. But the
Yeah.
quality of the image is significantly different, right?
Yeah.
Um, Now there's another product called Mid Journey, right? That I was using. Oh, that's cool. Where excuse me, guys. Um, Mid Journey and Mid Journey uses Discord, and you can send email, you can send requests, and it is even better than, I would say, than Wondershare, and it has a little bit more value because you can be working on your computer. It's not just an app only, so you don't have to do this whole process of sending emails and such.
Mhm.
But as you can tell, like the quality varies based on the training module, and really training is the key. How they train the AI is going to make a difference, right? How the prompts are built out.
Mhm.
But I really think that in the next 6 months to a year, you're going to get to the point where, for marketing and marketing purposes, for quick iterative campaigns, I don't have time, let alone the money to be spending on a what if image that's custom, right? And when I say a what if image, an image that gets the result we want from our marketing efforts, right?
Mhm.
I don't want to spend $200 on an image if it's not going to get a return, right? We have to be
Yeah.
able to iterate cheaply, right? The problem with iteration, if there is one, is that you have to do it a lot, which means you have to be able to iterate inexpensively, right? You
Right.
can't be
There
putting
is the
tons of
resource
production
expense.
value.
Right.
Exactly. And so that's kind of where I see all these tools coming. It's quick and easy to build out a blog post, write an outline, give it to Chat GPT, and then edit it, right? It's no
Hmm.
different than hiring a copywriter. Because you're going to give them an outline, they're going to write it, you're going to have a comment on it, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. Well, so what I use to do my writing stuff, of course, is going to be Chat GPT. I know Bing has one that apparently is somehow better than Chat GPT because it can do web searches. So the information that it gets, even if it's not accurate, might be more recent. And that's kind of one of those gray areas, right, where Chat GPT has a limited data set, right? And the data that they add in there is selective, right? Whereas with Bing's, it's actually doing web searches as part of what it's doing when it's trying to produce that text for you. Do you have a certain process that you go through when you're creating images or anything like that that make it easier to get exactly what it is that you're looking for?
Yes, but it depends. So each model uses its own prompts and has its own ability to process languages, right?
Hmm.
Um, and and then interpret those into, say, a visual image. So it's really unique to the it's unique to the particular platform.
Got it.
Some, if you get too descriptive, it comes out really wonky.
Hmm.
Guy walking through alley with haze, blah blah blah. All of a sudden, it's just looks like one of my robot pugs from Jasper. But some of them you give very little prompts and you just get and I would say probably Mid Journey is pretty much, because I didn't get a chance to locate those before we launched, but I actually started today. But those came, that Mid Journey was even better than the ones I got from the phone app, the
Got it.
Wonder that on the iPhone. And so there's no one way to do it. You kind of have to throw spaghetti at the wall and see what sticks, and develop your own process to um, and again, it's going to be platform specific, because the modifiers and how they want you to say certain things in to trigger ray tracing or something else like that, because you get that detailed in Mid Journey, um, is going to be different, right? Jasper doesn't necessarily have that. They have their own, hey, create an AI prompt, image AI prompt, as something they'll write for you.
Hmm.
Um,
And then you could
but
take that to Jasper's AI generator and it's still terrible. But if you put it in another one,
exactly
it might be great.
right. You take that same thing into Mid Journey or Wonder, and all of a sudden it just comes out phenomenal and exactly what you're looking for.
Got it. Got it. All right. Any closing thoughts or anything like that for content creation using artificial intelligence?
Just do it. I mean, the reality is that the it's there to make it so that you follow. It could be used to leverage the agile principles that we leverage when we're running our marketing and sales efforts, which is quick iteration, and it keeps the costs down, right? I mean, just think about it. Chat GPT is $20 a month. Even Jasper's only like, I think, 40 or 50 or something like that. The point is that if that takes, instead of you spending days trying to write an article, 5 minutes, you have the rough draft that you can go edit, or maybe it's just the way you want it and you just copy and paste it out. It's original content, not shown anywhere else. So, it's definitely not, when it comes to images, they're not stock images, right?
Right.
And
They're
so,
generated right there on the fly. I saw somebody somewhere was actually using an image generator and then sending those images to a print on demand t-shirt company. So
yes.
you could literally have these designs made they don't exist anywhere outside of just the AI creating it and then presenting it to you. But then if you like it, you like that design, they let you buy it on a t-shirt or a canvas or whatever else, a mug,
Right.
whatever else you want that particular thing on. And it's all completely automated. Like the Shopify store is automated, the designs are all automated. It really is something where, content and content creation is definitely going the way of being generated by not humans.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is that what I think this will do, honestly, is increase the creativity of actual artists. Because frankly, I don't care when I'm doing marketing materials that it's we're not thinking Martin Scorsese level video production. Usually we're not thinking, um, Jackson Pollock type,
I don't know who any of those people are.
high art. That's not what we're doing. We
I
just
don't
need
have
an
as
image
much
that
gray
illustrates
in my beard. I'm sorry.
the well, I got a degree in fine arts, so what can I tell you? But the point is that we just need something that's visual that illustrates our point or something like that. What I find is that it's going to be those artists are going to be able to charge a premium because and they'll be able to do better work. Sure, they'll always be able to do better work, but I guarantee you that they're going to start using this as like you would for ChatGPT to write a blog post. Start with this and then put Photoshop and then do some other things on top of it, right? Key out the image. And you know what? It's a tool. And it's no different than a new paintbrush. People used to say the same thing about digital art when it first started. Right? I've been using Adobe Illustrator since probably 82 and 85 maybe, something like that. The point is, even then they're like, oh well, it's not real art. It was like, oh well, it's not the same if you're not taking pen to pencil. Well, it's a tool, right? We know that's not true now,
Right.
because what you do with it is different. Can you replicate it? Yeah, but see, now I can take my iPad and my stylus and paint. So what does that mean? I'm painting more and I'm drawing more than I ever used to, because I don't have a studio. I don't have time to set up my easel and tear it
And you don't
down
have to
every
go get a
time.
new canvas every time you get a new idea or get the itch to do something.
Well, and part of the problem is that's a huge resource hog, space wise. And when I want to do my art, I don't want to set up. I just want to walk in and do it. When I was at college, all I did was walk in, grab my easel, grab my painting, stick it on an easel, and start working on it. I didn't have to go and pull out the easel, set it up somewhere. So,
right.
And I think that's what's going to happen here too. I think the AI, will end up having its limitations, right? It's never going to have a soul, right? It's always going to be something to the effect of, it's going to give you exactly what you ask, but there is a certain amount of empathy that you cannot translate. So it goes back to, if you need empathy, you need a person, right? And in real art, the truth is that art requires intent. Really, that's the big differentiator for me, right?
So the
A
tool
person
doesn't
has
matter,
intent.
right?
No.
The tool doesn't matter as long as the wielder has the intent.
Yeah, and
right?
I would argue that using AI artwork is no different than doing a painting where you do collage elements, right? Where you're cutting things out of magazines and putting it up there, right? It's the same concept, right? It's a pre-produced image by something or someone else, but you're going to repurpose it in a certain way. At that point, then it becomes art. This is just images. I don't consider this artwork at all, right?
Okay.
And the bottom line is that, like you said, I did the similar thing that you talked about with we have an Etsy store for my son, right? And he wanted he has the pugs. My kids are obsessed with pugs. They love pugs. We have pugs as pets. So that's where the pug comes from. And so we created up the Pug Club store on Etsy. And now when people go there, so anyways, but the thing is that for Christmas, I just said a pug wearing a Christmas hat, popped it up there and made it for sale. And that's that easy. So I didn't have to put hours in trying to do some unique images. I just put it out there. If somebody likes it, thinks it's cute, they'll buy it. Is it a piece of my art? No. But I'd also argue that for me as an artist, that is the last thing I want to be doing professionally. There's a reason I'm not a professional artist, is because I'm not one of those people who can just spit something out. It is an experiential process for me. I react to what's on the canvas. I work with it. I massage it. I don't always have a predetermined idea of what I want to go for. That takes up time, right? But if I have something like this that comes out of AI that just, oh yeah, that works. That says the concept. I have no emotional investment in it, and I don't sit there and try and noodle it, right? Because oh, well, that's not quite right. Even when I was doing customer work, I would spend way too much time. And the reason I would spend too much time is because I was never happy. Now, my client may have been happy 6 to 10 revisions ago.
Right. But you're looking at every pixel going, no, this isn't right.
No, they got to tweak this, got to do that. And they were happy. Right. So all right. It's definitely something that we need to look at and consider as we move forward. But it's definitely a huge time saver when it comes to workflow.
All right, cool, man. Well, thanks for showing us your tools that you have there and your robot pugs. Maybe in a future episode we can meet the real pugs, and I can introduce the world to Daisy. She's over there snoring, sleeping right now, so I'm not gonna disturb her. So the Art of AI podcast is sponsored by Woo Garage, where right now you can get access to WooSender for just $9.97 per month. I've got the QR code up on the screen. If you scan that, it'll take you directly to the offer where you can read more and actually purchase directly from the site. Any other sponsors, Chad? Pug Club?
Sure. The Pug Club on Etsy.
All right. So for the Art of AI podcast, my name is Mike Polite. I, of course, am joined by Mr. Chad Lukens, and we will see you next time. Thanks.